I hope you can hear me. I am outside of my house in Thailand, still in Bangkok. I just wanted to do a little video to give you some recaps of really what's been going on, how I'm feeling, what's next for me and my girls. You know, I have two fluffy Frenchies. We will be headed to our next country next month. This is the last month in Thailand. Um, I feel like I would have did better if I would have visited Thailand versus trying to just automatically move here because it's really just not my speed. But I had some good experiences. There's things that I like. I built relationships with the businesses that I visit. Um, my girls love it. They love this house. As you see, I have like a garden. It goes all the way around the house, all the way this way. So the girls really enjoy it. But yeah, I think I would have did better if I came here on like a luxury vacation and went to a resort. It's not really somewhere that I want to live, especially having my girls. So we're going to finish out the rest of Southeast Asia. So I don't know if I ever went over this in any of my other videos, but I was supposed to come to Bangkok, well, Thailand in general, years ago. I was actually supposed to come right before the pandemic hit. The pandemic hit, they refunded me my entire trip, and then I broke my leg in two places, suffered a second-degree burn on the same leg, so a lot of things pushed it back. And excuse me, I actually feel like everything happens for a reason. You know, I didn't come out here when I was supposed to, and I don't know. It's just not giving what I thought. The things that I've seen on social media, I feel like a lot of Black people are not being honest about their experience here. And I'm not talking about financially. For me, it's not a financial issue. I do not pay any of my bills here, so I'm okay. But it's just not giving. Um, I've had great experiences. So I've said this on some of my TikTok little videos and shorts already that I feel like a lot of Black people that come out here and put Thailand on a pedestal are because they didn't have great experiences in America. They didn't experience luxury in America. I come from Las Vegas, my last 7 years being in nothing but $1 million high rises, concierge, chauffeurs, valet. So my expectations of luxury are different than people that have never experienced it. And one thing that has bothered me, even before I came out here, and I'm seeing people do like TikTok videos that they pretend that America doesn't have certain luxuries that Thailand has. And I had to check myself. I've had to check myself a few times. I'm a military brat. I'm very well traveled. I've lived in multiple continents. I started everything in Europe. My parents are still married. I was raised upper middle class. I've never financially struggled. So I had to realize I'm a little bit more cultured and more well traveled than some. So I can't expect everybody to have the same outlook that I do. Now, that's not to say that Thailand does not have some things that are better. You know what I mean? The pricing for certain things are better, especially when it comes to luxuries like getting your nails done, your hair done, food, things like that. Yes, it's going to be a lot lower as far as cost of living. However, when it comes to the homes and the rentals, and people are telling you, "Oh, I'm paying 300 a month for this high-rise condo," they're not telling you that 35 square meters is 350 square feet and that they're touching walls and that their bathroom and their kitchen are in the same space. They're not telling you these details. And when you're an American, we're coming from 800 to 1200, 1400 square feet apartments, you know, condos. I come from being in high rises, and all of my units have always been anywhere from 900 to at minimum 1300 square feet. I've never been in a studio apartment, condo, nothing. I don't care if it's $300. I cannot live in a shoebox. But to each his own. Everybody can handle different things. I have to keep starting over because there's a house across from me, and today is honestly the most that I've seen this girl come outside. I'm always outside, and apparently today, because I'm recording, she wants to come in and out. But yeah, there are certain things that are going to be cheaper here when it comes to your beauty, skincare, healthcare, things that matter. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the homes, I'm just honestly really not impressed. I did go look at homes in Pattaya. I looked at 3 homes there, and they were wanting American prices for homes that were literally wall to wall touching each other. One of them, the kitchen wasn't even finished, and he wasn't willing to negotiate. I'm not paying $2,000 for a month for for a place that the kitchen isn't even finished, and then you're not willing to negotiate. This is not Bangkok. This is Pattaya. Like, what's really going on? I also do feel like renting here is completely different than America. And this is coming from a Black woman that lived in America. I do not like being harassed. And I honestly don't know if this is all Thais or just the women. So when I first came here, I had two Airbnbs. This house that I'm in was an Airbnb, and then we went month to month. But it seems to be this thing where the women here want to micromanage you. They want to see what you're doing. They are overly helpful. And I don't know, it might come off as rude, but I'm almost 40 years old. I don't need anybody micromanaging me. If I need help, I'll ask for help. I don't need you popping up unannounced. I don't need you seeing how I'm washing my clothes or washing my laundry. And I don't like it. And that's one thing that's been putting a really bad taste in my mouth. Even here at the house, I had to have a conversation with the owner. She doesn't live here, but she has someone here that maintains the property. And she had told me that the last guest has said, oh, she doesn't feel like there's any privacy. At first, I didn't know what she was talking about. Then I realized, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. And maybe it's a cultural difference. And I'm about to run out of time. I'm doing this. And it may be a cultural difference. I ran out of time, but it may be that is just irritating. It may be a cultural difference because as an American, you cannot just go to somebody's house and because their door is open, unless they know you, put your head inside. I've never had an Airbnb in America where I ever had to meet the owners. I've never had any rental in America where I've actually had to meet the owners. You know, they typically have someone that maintains the property, sign my paperwork. I don't see them people for the rest of my lease or the rest of my Airbnb stay. And it's not the friendliness, and this goes back to what I say, where a lot of black people try to make it seem like, oh, all Thai people are friendly, and I don't know if they're just, oh, we're not in America, so they're not clocking the passive aggressive racism, they're not clocking the stuff that I'm going to clock because I'm so well traveled. But you're not being helpful, you're being nosy. You're not being helpful, you're being passive aggressive. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't I don't even think I went over the entire terrible Airbnb first experience I had. When I first got here, I had booked on the airplane. I literally booked last minute. Now, I do not suggest people do that. I am just one of those people that's how I move through life. I do things last minute. I don't care. But I booked it last minute. I get there. I'm jet lagged. I'm tired. It was over a 12, 14-hour flight. You know what I mean? I have my dogs. I'm hungry. So when I first checked in, it was the same floor plan, so it didn't clock to me until the Airbnb host messaged me and was asking me to accept something else because she couldn't book out the unit because it showed me as having it booked. So I'm like, what? So when I wake up and I start looking around, I realize it's the same floor plan, but the decor is completely different. Now, I do social media. I am an influencer, I'm a creator, so when I pick my Airbnbs or my properties, I have an aesthetic that I'm looking for. And I picked that particular property for the aesthetic. Now I'm realizing you put me in a completely different unit than the one I booked, and you're asking me to. Now I'm looking at you sideways, and I'm feeling like you think you can play with me. So that was number one that irritated me. And I'm not going to say that's number one. Number one was when I was messaging her on the plane, and she was telling me about a last Airbnb guest that she let check in or something, the payment didn't go through. Why are you telling me that, and what does that have to do with me? Unless that last Airbnb guest was black and you feel like all black people do that, what does that have to do with me? I don't work for you. That has nothing to do with me. So now strike two is you put me in a completely different unit than the one I booked. Take in mind, both of them were listed as pet friendly. So what is the reasoning? So I get there, check in. The front desk lady is helping me take my bags up to the unit. I told her I didn't need help, but this is again, pushy, consistent on helping me. She starts asking me all these questions. Then I guess she didn't think I was clocking it, but she was taking pictures of me. Why are you taking pictures of me? I have never stayed in an Airbnb and had anybody take pictures of me. And then you're not saying anything. So I messaged the Airbnb host, like, what is going on? Oh, she's just showing that she's helping you with your bag. My apologies, guys. So my phone died. As you see, it's nighttime. I'm using one of my little setups that I got from Amazon. But yeah, so my thing is, she could have texted you and told you she was helping me bring my luggage up. Why are you taking pictures of me? You don't need to know how much luggage I have. Like, I paid you. That's it. That's all. Then the next day, she pops up. I'm taking the girls down in the morning to go potty. When I first got here, I was getting up at like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning because Thailand is 12 hours ahead. So I'm coming downstairs and she's boom, smack right there. And this is, again, you do not meet your Airbnb hosts, the owners, none of that in America. I don't know if any other country does anything like that, but you just don't meet your hosts. So I'm kind of perturbed. I haven't even been here 24 hours yet, and it's already not a good look. I can't even remember what she came for. Then she popped up like my third day there saying that there was complaints about dogs barking. What does it have to do with my dogs? My dogs are service dogs and they don't bark. If you all notice, so if you guys notice, when I'm doing my videos, my dogs are always around. You don't ever hear my dogs barking. They're service dogs. They're very well trained. They barely bark at each other. They rarely bark at me. They might growl. But another thing is the dog that was barking was a really big dog. If you see me like doing this, is because I'm outside and there's mosquitoes and mosquitoes obsessed with me. But yeah, so it's kind of like, why are you asking me? You could have sent that message on Airbnb. Why are you popping up? Again, being nosy, super intrusive, passive aggressive, is giving that you don't want a black person in your unit and you need to take it off Airbnb. I kept trying to let this stuff go though, because I'm like, it might be a cultural difference. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and the crazy thing is I'm typically always right. I am always right. Always right. Go with your first mind. Like stop second guessing yourself. Then she popped up and brought me like some snacks or something. It was just random stuff, and it was really putting a bad taste in my mouth. With that being said, because I tried to give people the benefit of the doubt, she had invited me and someone else that was renting another Airbnb from her to go to the market and to a temple. You've probably seen the video that I posted. I go into more detail on there. So we go, and immediately I'm irritated. Oh, you have to dress like this, you have to dress like that. I've been to a temple before. This is not my first time traveling. I'm not green. Again, I try to give grace that maybe it's just a cultural thing and she thinks I don't know, but thank you, I know what to wear. But it's also giving that you have a problem with how I dress and you're trying to dictate, which is why you want to go to the temple. I never said I wanted to go to a temple. I definitely wanted to go to the market because I love the food here. I love the fresh fruit. But again, I'm giving grace. I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt. Let's do the temple. Couldn't even do my video. Her hand's in my way. She's basically trying to sell to us. And the thing is, again, I moved to Thailand to make this my home. Her hand was all in my video. I felt like she kept trying to sell everything to us, and you treating me like a tourist is not going to make me want to spend money. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be looking at you crazy. Here and there, I did it. We left. Great. There were a few more instances where she was just popping up at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 in the morning, and she would wait. Like if I didn't get up at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 10, she would just sit down there until I came down. And then she would always have some type of snack or food or something as if she was just coming to give me a gift. No, you're micromanaging me, and I don't like it. And as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to report you to Airbnb. And I eventually told her in a message, like, and I said it, I'm not sure if it's a cultural difference, but I just want to let you know, one, I'm almost 40. I do not need anybody micromanaging me. I do not like uninvited guests, unexpected visitors. She tried to use the fact that she was waiting in the lobby because it was like a mid-rise building that, oh, well, I'm in the lobby. I honestly just had to let her know I don't like uninvited guests, and she felt like the lobby was a public space so she could just pop up. But as soon as I report you to Airbnb, they're going to question that, because it would be different if she lived in the building. You don't live here, so that means you're driving over here every day to sit in the lobby and wait for me to get up. Don't do that. And I'm from America. I'm a black woman from America, and I've never even had any white owners, Asian owners, anybody in America do no shit like that. It put a really, really, really bad taste in my mouth. So much so that I ended up ending my booking like 2 or 3 days early and going to an entire different booking, and that one was an issue in itself. It was in a more local area. It was in a village, but it was a really big house, and the pictures were amazing. So I'm like, oh my God, my dogs are gonna love this. I get there and it looked like they ain't seen that home in 10 years. It looks nothing like the pictures. Baby, this thing needs to be cleaned, renovated. It looks like people are living in and out. There's stuff everywhere, like disgusting. Then it was far out. It was like in the boonies. Like, not only was it far as fuck, there was no Wi-Fi, no internet. And talking about, oh, the owner didn't even live here, hadn't been back to Thailand in like 2 years, said that they were trusting the Thai locals to maintain the home. So, yeah. Cleanliness based on where you're from is definitely different, and the cleanliness here is not the cleanliness that I was raised with. Being in a black household and the way that we clean our homes and Sunday cleanings, it just was not up to par. I was just utterly disgusted. It was hot. They only had one AC unit in like a 2-story, 5, 6 bedroom house. This was a huge house. They only had one AC unit. It was upstairs. My dogs are fluffy Frenchies. They cannot breathe very well when it's too hot. They can overheat and die. It was just so much. No Wi-Fi. And then it was saying that people were using, like, previous guests were using their phones to the hotspot to use the TV and all. I'm not doing all that. I paid over $1,000. Now, if you're looking for the real natural Thai experience, then hey, that Airbnb may have been for you. But in 2026, when you're charging over $1,000 in Thailand for Airbnb, internet needs to be mandatory. Like, that's a necessity. There's no debating that. I was only in that Airbnb maybe 2 days. Then Airbnb paid for the house that I'm currently at. They paid for that. And then after that, I went to a month to month. So I've been in this house since my first 2 Airbnbs were just absolutely terrible. And I'll be honest, again, I like this house. I like the outside space and the garden. I did have to talk to the owner here because the aunt manages the property here. And she was peeking her head into the door to ask me about packages that weren't mine. Coming over here to clean when I was washing the duvet, was upset that I put it in the washer. I don't know how many people you let sleep under this duvet. Thankfully, I brought my own sheets, but a comforter is just too heavy to pack on a plane. I'm going to wash it. And this was another situation where I feel like they try to use that they're being helpful or friendly as a guise to be nosy and micromanage you. I think I had said previously already that the owner said the previous guest here had complained about, not having privacy, and I kind of thought maybe they were over exaggerating until I dealt with it. I talked to the owner reached out to the aunt, and I haven't really had that issue anymore. But I do not really hang outside as much as I used to because I just don't know when she's going to pop up and act like she's cleaning or cutting the grass or something. That is something that I have not enjoyed about being in Thailand, and I don't know if it's because I'm a black woman or because I'm just black in general, but the women here are very fucking nosy and like to micromanage you, and I don't go for that. I'm not paying you to babysit me. I'm paying you to leave me alone so I can have peace in my space. So, yeah. Next country. Now, outside some of this bull, I do love the malls here. I feel like a bug is crawling on me. So Thailand has a lot of critters. Oh my God. But I love the malls. Their malls are huge. 5, 6, 7, 8 levels. Markets on the bottom. Like, you can do a lot of good shopping out here. I love Khao San Road. That's where I go to get my cannabis at Whedon. I actually go to Khao San or I go to the Thong Lor BTS location. Those are my 2 top spots. So if you're ever in Thailand, please check out Whedon. They actually have like 3 different locations on Khao San Road. They're all within like 5-minute walk of each other. Mushrooms out here are amazing. I love the food. Pan bagels, Malone's sandwiches and cinnamon rolls. Like, there are some things that I've really enjoyed. I love that Phuket is just an hour flight. Pattaya is like an hour drive. I took a bike out there to go view homes. I think I said that previously. You all may have seen me post about my first nail experience here. The service was everything, but it did not last, so I will be going to another place. And I actually feel like I'm going to wait until I go to Vietnam to get my nails done, just because I found a shop that I think I'm really going to like. They do acrylic, long nails, great design, so I'm probably going to wait till then. I do want to go to Phuket before I leave to get my hair rebraided. I was originally supposed to go there, but because of my grab bike, I ended up missing my flight. Thankfully, the flight was only like $20 there and $30 back, so I was only out like $50. But yeah, I was supposed to be getting my hair braided in Phuket. Speaking of my hair, the hair experience here, I went to Nual African braiding. Trash. The lady boy was really sweet, does a good job, but the owner has a nasty attitude. I've been in cosmetology for over 20 years. I've opened multiple business locations. I've been doing this a long time, and when I book my appointments, I go in and let them know my expectations. Because I've been in the beauty industry so long, I am one of those people that I'm going to let you know the quality of my hair, what the issues are, because I don't want any surprises. And in Vegas, the hair care is trash, so I've been wearing wigs. Quick weaves. I really just started doing my quick weaves like the last year that I was there, which I actually prefer, but my edges are damaged from having the lace frontals, and I let them know like, hey, my edges are damaged. I'm not going to want a lot of weight. And then also I have 4C hair, and it's a little brittle. Like, I'll be honest, I have not been maintaining my hair. As good as I am in cosmetology, makeup, beauty, I don't enjoy doing it. So I let her know this before I even arrive. So I get there, they're braiding my hair, the lady boy starts in the back, and then randomly the owner comes, and I guess she decides that she wants to try to braid my hair. And she starts on this side, and I notice that the braids that she's doing here are bigger than the ones in the back. They all need to be the same size. What are you doing? Oh, well, because your edges is almost like she was trying to throw shade. Ma'am, you can't throw shade because I told you about my edges before I got here. What do you mean? And I feel like it's a big issue with a lot of the Thai women here. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if it's because these men came out here and then put them on a pedestal. I don't know what's going on. But I had to go ahead and let her know. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've been doing beauty for 20 years. I've had my own businesses, establishments, not just saying I have a business. I opened up multiple shops with my mom in Texas. So you're not telling me anything. I told you that before I got here, and I know you're not trying to be funny. So then she proceeds to act like she has an attitude. She's banging around, making all this noise. They have a baby in the shop running around, just ghetto. The lady boy was doing a really good job, though. They got a second person to help him finish. I mean, the end result was okay. My hair has grown out. It's been like 3 weeks. But the end result was okay. But then I noticed, like, towards the top in the back of my head that the squares are bigger than the rest of them. I don't like half-ass jobs. I don't like bullshit. I don't like attitude. The experience and reaction I got when I told her that she was not braiding my hair properly was completely different than when I went to go get my nails done. I was letting them know that I wanted my nails a certain way, or a certain nail needed to be fixed, or like I had to go back 2 days later and they had to redo my whole left hand. There was no attitude. I'm paying you for a service. So if I'm paying you for a service, you're going to do it to my standard. Even picking out my colors, she kept trying to pick out other blonde colors. I'm a red bone. I have red undertones in my skin. So yellow blonde does not look good against my skin tone. Blonde is like literally my signature color. People that have been following me for over 10, 15 years, they know this. And they typically always ask, when are you going back to blonde? Not just braids, like my wigs, bleaching my own hair. Blonde is my signature, so I know what looks good on me. Here and there, once it finally finished, I tipped the lady boy money. I paid exactly the amount that my braids were, and I tipped the lady boy on the side. I did not leave a review for them. This will be my first review, and I'll probably go ahead and leave one on their Google. But everybody's asking, where did you get your hair done? No. And I know for a fact a lot of her attitude came from the fact that she's married to an African man who is probably actually the owner of the shop, hence the African braiding. You can't be African braiding if you're Thai in Thailand. There was an African man in the shop, which I think was her husband. I think the top has is like a barber shop because a man came and he went upstairs. But I think if you're a Black American, you know what I'm getting ready to say between Africans and Black Americans. I feel like he has gotten in her ear and made her feel comfortable to disrespect African American women, Black American women. I don't care about your attitude. I don't care how comfortable he made you feel. As soon as I get out of character and put my hands on you, you're going to want to call the police, and now you're scared and I'm an angry Black woman. I'm paying you for a service. I want what the fuck I pay for. That's it. I do not suggest New All African braiding. I will leave the information so you know exactly what location I'm talking about. Do not go. She needs to fix her funky ass attitude. The lady boy is cool though. Like, the lady boy did. Now let's get into the Black expats here and the fake unity that people are promoting in these Facebook groups. It's not real. I am the type of person, when I'm out, I don't care if you're a tourist, you're an expat that lives here, as soon as I see another Black person, I'm always like, my sister, my brother, Wakanda forever. Like, I'm very funny. And I have had majority of the men that I see, and I say that too, they always say hi back. But the women have nasty attitudes. I've had maybe only 2 women that I spoke to, Black women, that I'm like, oh, my sister, or I see you. And this includes older Black women too. Only 2 of them actually responded. Everybody else twists up their face. They be looking all crazy. Ma'am, fix your attitude. Why are you bringing the energy from America over here, or wherever the hell it is you're from? Why are you bringing that over here? We are not in competition. No Black woman is ever my competition, because I've accomplished things that y'all are looking to accomplish here in another country because it's cheaper. I did that already in America. So another thing too, a lot of the Black Americans that are here are barely making it. So when you see these hookah meetups or brunch meetups and they're trying to charge, it's because they can't afford to live here. I do not engage. It's all a facade. It's all a front. These communities are not real. They're all looking to make money so that they can afford to stay here. I haven't been to Phuket yet. Again, I still want to go out there. I have not been to Chiang Mai yet. It's a little further than I expected. And I haven't been to Hua Hin yet. I want to hit these places before I leave Thailand next month so I can give you a little bit more background on how I feel about Thailand as a whole. But I'm in Bangkok, so everything that I've been talking about has been my experiences in Bangkok itself. But yeah, I'm not easily impressed. Please don't get caught up in the hoopla. Please don't be led astray and come out here and not decide to pick up your life and come to Thailand and end up homeless because you're looking at only the good that people are posting on TikTok or YouTube about Thailand, or you're taking advice from people that Thailand is their first country they've ever been to. Do not do it, please, because you'll end up like these people that can't get back into Thailand or can't get back home. Yeah, I myself am not really impressed, but again, I'm a little bit more well traveled. Great vacation spot. I'll let you know about Hua Hin, Chiang Mai, and all the other places when I check them out a little bit more thoroughly. But yeah, Thick Passport Diaries, just a little update so you guys know I'm okay. More content coming soon. I did not talk about my passport bro in this video. I'm not sure if I did. I did on my TikTok. I'm not sure if I did. But I'm a demon and he's finding out. Yeah, he's finding out I'm a demon and he can't passport bro me. But welcome to Bangkok, Thailand. I am Thick Passport Diaries, Geneva Banks, that bougie black girl. I have more stuff to come for you, giving you the real and raw, not just these little dinner dates and these little luxury places that people are taking you. I'm going to tell you the truth. And you need to be prepared before you come out here. It really depends on what you're looking for in life. If you like luxury, I don't know if this is where you're going to want to be, but it's a great experience to say that you've done it. As much as I've traveled, this is my first time in Southeast Asia. I wanted to hit here before I head out to Colombia, Brazil, and head back to Europe and all these places. So I'm glad to say that I experienced and I did it, but on to the next spot at the end of the month. Yay! Long as you got your eyes, got your drippy on them private jets, come back, make me